From our first day, we are taught that reality is a fixed point, a solid, unchangeable truth. We are handed a rulebook, shown the board, and told the pieces move in only one way. We are taught to accept the world as it is presented, to color within the lines drawn by others. This is the first, the most fundamental, and the most pervasive lie. It's a comforting illusion, designed to maintain order, to keep the pieces on their designated squares. But it is an illusion nonetheless. The truth, the real secret hidden in plain sight, is that reality is a fluid, negotiable construct. It is a story, told and retold, whispered and shouted, until it is accepted as fact. People don't see the world as it is. They see the map, not the territory. They see the interpretation, not the raw data. And whoever controls perception, whoever draws the map, controls reality. This is the master key, the hidden principle that unlocks every door, from the boardroom to the battlefield, from personal relationships to political movements. The game is not played on the board you see, but in the minds of the players. It is a battle of interpretations, a war of narratives. The most powerful force in the world is not a weapon, but a compelling story that captures the imagination. To navigate this world, to truly thrive within it, you must first accept its foundational premise. Everything is a narrative. Every institution, every belief, every value you hold is built upon a story. You can either be a passive character in someone else's story, moved around the board by an unseen hand, or you can learn to pick up the pen and write your own. To begin, you must adopt a new set of rules. Not the rules you were given, but the rules that govern the game behind the game. 1. Question assumptions relentlessly. Every fact you hold dear, where did it come from? Who benefits from you believing it? The 5-day work week, the necessity of a college degree, the very definition of success. These are not laws of nature. They are inherited stories. Your first task is to become a detective of your own beliefs. 2. Understand that framing is power. The same event can be a tragic loss or a strategic retreat. A company isn't laying off employees, it's restructuring for future growth. A failed project isn't a disaster, it's a valuable learning experience. He who controls the frame controls the emotional and intellectual response. He controls the conversation. 3. Control the narrative, not the facts. Facts are inert, meaningless data points until they are woven into a story. People don't remember statistics about poverty. They remember the story of a single family's struggle. A story gives a fact its meaning, its emotional weight, its power to persuade and inspire. 4. Leverage social proof and authority. Humans are herd animals. We look to others for cues on how to think, feel, and act. Why do we trust a doctor in a white coat, or a product with thousands of 5-star reviews? It's because we are wired to follow the consensus. Understanding this instinct allows you to either build consensus or to recognize when you are being led by it. 5. Reframe constraints as variables. Limitations, time, money, rules are not fixed walls. They are the current consensus, waiting to be renegotiated. A tight deadline isn't a barrier, it's a catalyst for focus and innovation. A limited budget isn't a weakness, it's a mandate for creativity. The masters of this game don't break the rules, they rewrite them. 6. Design environments that nudge belief. The physical and digital spaces we inhabit are not neutral. The layout of a supermarket, the design of a social media interface, the architecture of a courtroom, all are engineered to guide behavior and shape thought, often without our conscious awareness. To shape reality, you must become an architect of the environments where decisions are made. And the 7th and most important rule, write your own story. This is the ultimate act of power, agency. It is the conscious, deliberate decision to to define your own identity, your own values, and your own purpose, rather than accepting the definitions handed to you. It is the transition from being a piece on the board to being the hand that moves the pieces. This is where true freedom lies. These are the principles, the 7 rules for the game of reality. Question assumptions. Frame the debate. Control the narrative. Leverage social proof. Reframe constraints. Design the environment. And above all, write your own story. This is not a manual for manipulation, but a toolkit for liberation. The world is not a fixed reality to be endured, but a fluid narrative to be shaped. The only question is, what story will you choose to tell? Rule 1. Never show your full self. Wear the mask. Become what the situation requires. Different room, different version. Let everyone think they know you, while none of them actually do. Weakness remembered becomes ammunition. Share victories, reframe failures. You weren't rejected, you chose differently. Say it with conviction, and perception becomes fact. The first story told becomes the accepted version. If you don't define yourself, someone else will. Plant narratives. Let them describe you as unpredictable, unreadable. 2 steps ahead. Authority demands obedience. Influence creates loyalty. Titles fade. Presence lasts. Build social value. Stay calm. Speak to identity, not instruction. That's how people follow without being forced. Emotion makes you predictable. Calm makes you dangerous. Never react. Always respond. The colder the mind, the sharper the move. Belief follows environment. This is choice architecture. You are the protagonist, the central character with the power to shape the narrative. But this isn't a passive role. It requires your full attention and intention. Because if you don't write your story, someone else will. Society, your boss, even the algorithm, they are all eager to hand you a script. Don't outsource your identity. Reclaim the pen. Start by choosing your core values. Define your purpose. This is your compass. Then, take an hour. On 1 page, write who you are becoming. This isn't a wish list. It's a description of a single lived day in the life of your ideal self. Read it daily. Let it sink in. Then, align your decisions to the page. Does this choice move you closer to that person? Your story isn't told with words alone. Say it with your actions. Live the narrative. All right, let's bring it all together. We've covered 7 powerful rules for shaping perception and reality. Here's a quick run-through to lock them in your mind, turning theory into practice. Rule 1. Question assumptions. Don't just accept the story you're given. Scratch the label to see what's underneath. Then, test the parts to understand how it truly works. This is the foundation of all strategic thinking. Rule 2. Frame reality. You are the director of your own movie. Name the game you're playing to define the objective clearly. Then, set the angle of view to highlight what matters most and guide attention where you want it to go. Rule 3. Control the narrative. A story is more than a sequence of events. It's an emotional journey. Sequence the beats of your story for maximum impact. Remember, you're connecting with people, not just stating facts. Make them feel it. Rule 4. Use social proof and authority. Trust is a currency you can't afford to ignore. Borrow trust from established sources to get a head start. Then, work relentlessly to earn it for yourself, building a reputation that speaks for itself. Rule 5. Reframe constraints. Your biggest obstacles are often your greatest opportunities in disguise. See your limitations not as walls, but as anchor points. Turn those limits into levers for innovation and creative problem solving. Rule 6. Design environments. Your surroundings shape your behavior more than you realize. Architect your space, both physical and digital, to guide actions effortlessly. Make the right move the easy move for yourself and for others. And finally, Rule 7. Write your story. This is your personal constitution. Define your values, the principles you won't compromise. Set your standards, the benchmark for your performance. These become the pages you live by every single day. If these frameworks hit home, subscribe to Money Frequency. We're building a community dedicated to mastering these plays. You'll get more plays for your playbook and make fewer guesses on your path to success. Now, let's make this real. Comment below. Which rule are you applying first? Give one specific example scenario. How will you use it this week? What's your biggest constraint to reframe? Let's brainstorm solutions together. And what's one small environment tweak you'll make today to set yourself up for a win? Your answers solidify your learning. So, lock it in. See you in the next video. Before you go, subscribe to Money Frequency.